So here we are alongside the Boise River, and today I am backpacking Sheep Creek Trail. I hear Sheep Creek Trail is just a stunning place and a beautiful short backpack. There are wildflowers all over the place. I hear there are a ton of chance encounters that you can have with animals. It kind of reminds me of Warm Springs and the Warm Springs Creek backpack that I did a couple weeks ago. So, leaving Boise, heading towards Idaho City, you go over the Moores Creek Bridge and you turn right on your way to Arrowrock Dam and the city of Atlanta. Reset your trip odometer there. You're gonna go 29.8 miles, so it's a hell of a drive, but it's stunning. You go past Lucky Peak, you go past Arrowrock Dam, you continue past this little resort that I have to check out one of these days. It's called Twin Springs Resort, and eventually you will get to this substantial sized bridge. This is about 29.7 miles in. You want to go over this bridge, and immediately on your right side is the trailhead. The problem is what I read was it would be a sign trailhead, and there's no sign. It looks like maybe some sort of damage has been done to the trailhead. There's parking on the north side of the road. I'm gonna backpack this and I'm gonna camp on Sheep Creek Trail. If you don't wanna do that, there's camping all around here. Troutdale is right up the road, which I visited back in December when I was visiting Loftus Hot Springs, which is also right up the road. This area is rife with hot springs, and I heard there was one right when you get to Sheep Creek. So immediately at the Sheep Creek trailhead, you can go left and you can head uphill. That's the trail. But also there's this little footpath to the right, and it takes you down to this, I guess it's a hot springs. There's hot water flowing out of the ground, so there's no place to sit right now and soak. I do see that there is something that looks like a pool, and hot water has been diverted. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to do a little landscaping here and see if I can get that filled up. And then tomorrow, on my way out, I'll go for a soak. This place is weirdly alive. As you're hiking around, the bushes are moving, you're seeing snakes, beetles, the creek is moving, you're hearing things rustling. It just seems like this area has just, you can feel the energy here, the new spring energy. I have found this lovely Ponderosa Grove that I was looking for. It is 1.5 miles away from the trailhead. The trail was not that hard of a hike, honestly. It's up, it's flat, it's down. I think you gain like 400 something feet in elevation. So compared to other things like Warm Springs Creek, it's really simple. Well, I'm gonna set up camp and then I'm gonna read up on what's around this place because there were so many freaking trails. I mean, there's probably miles you can go back here, and I've got most of the day left, and I think I'm gonna go explore. So I'm gonna set up camp, and then we're gonna go and do that. Before we go any further, I wanna let you know that this video is brought to you by Banana Inc. Locally grown right here in Idaho, Banana Inc. has been creating Idaho-inspired clothing since 2011, offering creative designs on high-quality material. Visit their store downtown on 9th Street or shop online at banana-inc.com. And by Only in Idaho. Only in Idaho is a community of people built around sharing each other's Only in Idaho moments. Follow them on Facebook and share your own Idaho stories, pictures, and videos with a community of over 125,000 Gem State lovers. Connect and join the conversation at facebook.com/onlyinidaho. So Sheep Creek is a 3-mile out and back, and since it wasn't that much of a strenuous hike, I wanted to explore some more. There are two paths you can take. One is, it's at the Mark Junction that takes you down to the campsite. Instead of going right there, you go left or east. And that takes you back, and a mile down there is another bridge that crosses Sheep Creek, and then you disappear into the wilderness of Idaho. That hike is definitely very exposed. There's not much shade. There's not many wildflowers over there. I read that that area was damaged by a super hot fire in 1992, and you can see it. You can still see the remnants of that fire. The second side hike that you can do is to travel west across Sheep Creek. Right next to my campsite, there is a bridge. It is a beautiful bridge right over Sheep Creek, and I liked that hike a lot more. It was dense Pacific Northwest, wildflowers popping, butterflies everywhere, and then all of a sudden, after a short little climb, you just burst out into this wonderful meadow with killer views. Couldn't be more than a half mile up the trail. And from there, that trail continues to climb, and you are now on the Corral Creek Trail. There is a way to connect the Corral Creek Trail and this trail and turn it into a through hike. That was not my plan for this, and I didn't do any research, so I just kind of walked up the trail a little bit, and now it's time to relax and hang out and camp, and I am sweating pretty heavy. Down the road here is a nice little pool. It's not a hot spring. It's definitely just the Sheep Creek water, which is fresh spring runoff, and it's cold. So I might at least stick my feet into the pool and cool off a little bit. I'm walking around barefoot, and all of a sudden I hear the one thing I do like about rattlesnakes is that they are polite. They tell you, hey, I'm here. Unfortunately, he coiled up under this big tree, which is about 10 feet from my tent. And I really didn't want to share a campground with a rattlesnake. Fun times. I mean, it was pretty when I got here last night, but holy cow, this place really shines in the morning. What more can we say about Sheep Creek? It is a beautiful hike. You have wildflowers, you have rocky desert terrain, you have this nice grove of ponderosas. It's only 3 miles out and back. I bet soaking in Sheep Creek during the super hot summer is really nice. All right, we're gonna take a break from hiking and backpacking so I can rest up and make some new plans. In the meantime, we're gonna be exploring Chad and I's hometown of Boise, Idaho, the capital of Idaho, one of the most livable cities in the country. We'll be showing you adventures in and around town, from classics like floating the Boise River and riding your bike on the Greenbelt, to dirt biking in the foothills, to Bogus Basin in the summer, and after that, we'll be back with the hiking and backpacking in the crown jewel of Idaho, the Sawtooth Wilderness. So make sure you hit that subscribe or that follow button so you don't miss out on those videos and more to come. Big thanks to our sponsors. We truly couldn't do this without them. Follow us at The Adventures of John and Chad. I am on Instagram at John_Conti. If you have any questions for us, we'd love to see it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.